Got a nice full week so far over the Christmas period. Football is, oh my God, the mecca of all sports. Seriously, it's all whole madness, really, to be honest. Newcastle versus Nottingham Forest is going to be starting round about now. So I'm going to try and do this as quickly as I can, to be quite honest with you. The fixtures, match day 18 will go right into Crystal Palace versus Brighton at Selhurst Park. 1-1. One of those games that I called it to be a draw, I believe, because it just felt like it would be. And so it was. Not really much to discuss with regards to the attacking intent from both teams, to be quite honest with you. I thought Michael Elise on the night was pretty unimpressive. And I expected a bit more from him. Brighton obviously coming out the second half a lot better after Crystal Palace took the lead in the first. But yeah, it was one of those games. Just didn't really have as much as I thought it would. Obviously, Palace, Selhurst Park, under the lights, you expect a little bit more. But Brighton, I thought, gave a really good account of themselves, especially Matoma out on the left. I thought he had a really, really good game the other night. Aston Villa versus Sheffield United. That was from Villa Park. Little bit of a shock on that one. Sheffield United, you know what they're about under Chris Wilder. They are literally just going to park 10 men behind the ball and obviously try to hit you on the counter, and that's literally what it did verbatim. Aston Villa didn't really have an answer until the 97th minute when Zaniolo came on and scored a header. I thought the goalkeeper should have done a lot better and judged it. Zaniolo just beat into the punch, and it ended up being 1-1. Aston Villa missing the chance to go top of the league as well. Manchester City obviously were meant to play Brentford at the Etihad, but obviously Manchester City did go over to win the Club World Championship, hence why that game was postponed. West Ham 2, Man United 0. Formality result these days, to be quite honest. I don't really have much faith in Man United at the moment. Big clean out needed. Unnecessary mistakes. The players don't seem to know what they're doing. They don't seem to have a style. West Ham punished them. Man United obviously very disappointing, but West Ham are very good. Goals again from Jared Bowen and Mohamed Kudus. Kudus is actually one of the signings of the season for me so far. I think he's been excellent. Obviously had a really good World Cup for Ghana. And now he's come into the Premier League and he's taken it like a duck to water. No, really, really good. I believe that's his fourth goal now since he's been here. Which is very good going for him, considering he didn't start the season at West Ham either. So, no, really, really good from him. Onto my beloved, onto the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Tottenham 2, Everton 1. Now, for all the injuries that we've got, all the suspensions that we've got, I thought we dealt with Everton quite well in the first half. Everton obviously been on fire, hadn't conceded a goal in their last 4 games and had won all of those 4 games as well. But yeah, they came up against us. And we do score every game. We have done since the start of the season, and will continue to be so because that's just the way we play. I cannot wait for the likes of Van der Ven, Madison, even Mano, Solomon, Perisic just to give us numbers. Basuma obviously won't be back until February because of the African Cup of Nations. Sarr the same, he'll be gone next month. Son as well will be gone next month as well. So we're going to have to rely on Richarlison and Brennan Johnson and Dejan Kulusevski to obviously carry the goal threat for us moving forward for the next month or so. But 2-1 to Spurs. Thought it was pretty straightforward in the first half, not so much in the second. Could have actually lost a couple of points because of Danjuma's goal, or should have been a goal to be quite honest, but obviously came down under the underside of the crossbar, hit Vicario's knee and then obviously bounced out. So it didn't go over the line. But thought we gave a great account of ourselves in this first half. Second half, I thought we were shocking and quite terrible, to be honest. Everton probably should have got away with a point. But so it proved it wasn't. So we pick up the 3 points and we stay in the top 4 for Christmas. And we go into Thursday's fixture against Brighton, looking really, really decent. Udogi's back next game as well. Christian Romero looks like he'll be back for that game as well. So no problems here so far with my club. Nottingham Forest 2, Bournemouth 3. Nuno Espirito Santo's first game in charge at the City Ground. Bournemouth are on fire at the moment. Solanke with a hat-trick. That's his first ever Premier League hat-trick. I've got him to score today as well. Bournemouth are really, really good. I didn't actually watch this game, but from what I saw, it was a really even game. I think didn't the Forest go 2-0 up? I can't remember. It might have been another game. But Bournemouth really, really, really good. Really, really good. And I don't think they've been defeated now in their last 4. I think they're undefeated in 4, which is really good going for them. Up to 13th in the league, I believe I saw as well. Really, really far away from relegation at the moment. And for a team like that, really, really good for them, for obviously Premier League survival next season. Nottingham Forest, I cannot say the same. I think it was a mistake. They got rid of Steve Cooper. And obviously Nuno being with us, I know exactly what to expect there. And it's not good reading. I'm going to be very, very honest with you on that. Fulham 0, Burnley 2. A little bit of a shock one there, especially at Craven Cottage, where Fulham have been really good and resolute this season. Burnley had a game plan, executed it very well. I think we saw a glimmer of what Vincent Kompany wants to do, especially in the away fixtures, where Burnley can obviously hit you on the counter-attack. They got very, very quick players, Koleosho being one of them, and then I think they got Zemduni, the striker. Really, really good on the transition. And Zemduni, we can obviously see he can finish. Fulham, surprisingly toothless. I expected more from them, especially at home. As would Marco Silva, but I guess you'd have to say it's a bad day at the office for them, because they've actually been really, really good at home this season. Luton Town 1, Newcastle 0. Massive result for Luton, that one at Kenilworth Road. Massive result. Newcastle obviously in decent form, but Luton are in very, very good form in the league at home. And that showed you in the games they've obviously had this season. Narrow loss to us, 1-0. They took Liverpool to a draw. That was obviously 1-1. Arsenal, they almost nicked points off as well. That ended up 4-3 beat to Arsenal. They scored first against Man City as well there. Ended up losing the game there, but unfortunate. They're always in the game at Luton, and Chelsea, I think, go there next. And it's a tough one for Chelsea, which we'll obviously look to get into a little bit later on. But no, good win for Luton, especially at home. Obviously needed to survive relegation. Still currently in the relegation zone at the moment, but not too far from getting out of it. I think they need, another win. I think there's only a point now between them and 17th. No, but really, really well done to Luton. My second team, obviously. No, well done to them. Newcastle, shockingly toothless, to be quite honest with you. But Luton's got one of those really, really tiny pitches. So obviously really difficult to play football on. Which Newcastle found. Anfield, we saw Liverpool 1, Arsenal 1. Arsenal going to Christmas, top of the league, only 4 points ahead of us at the moment. Can't knock the game. I thought the game was really good. I thought it was a better game than what Liverpool Man United was last week. Arsenal obviously scoring first through a Gabriel header. Liverpool equalising through Mo Salah, who loves to score against Arsenal. I believe that's his 10th goal against them in the Premier League since he's been here. And Liverpool should have won the game. They should have won the game. Arsenal, I thought, really, really good with regards to the way they countered. I don't think they controlled the game as much as they wanted, because Liverpool were rampant and did have most of the possession of the ball, but didn't really get that breakthrough they should have done with Trent Alexander-Arnold, when it was, I think it was like 5-on-2, that counter they had, and Trent Alexander-Arnold hit the bar. That should have killed the game off for Liverpool there. But Arsenal, I thought, were decent. Liverpool, obviously, I thought were okay. 1-1 seemed like a fair result. And yeah, I still think it'll be Man City's to lose. Liverpool, obviously, I believe will finish second, and I think Arsenal will finish third this year. Just based on the fact that Arsenal don't have a goal scorer and their goalkeeper crisis will rumble on. Wolverhampton 2, Chelsea 1. That was the final game of match day 18. Again, another one I called. I said Wolverhampton to beat Chelsea, and so it proved. Nkunku got his first goal for Chelsea, 93rd minute, I believe it was. Wolverhampton obviously overpowered and too strong. Mario Lemina on the score sheet again, having his best goal scoring season at the moment. I believe he's on 3. But no, really, really good. Matt Doherty, obviously ex-Spurs, rounded up the scoring for them, coming on as a late second half sub, and getting on the score sheet there as well. Good going from Wolves. Chelsea obviously in really deep trouble, currently holding on to 10th for dear life at the minute. And I don't see it getting any better for them with the fixtures upcoming. As I stated before, Newcastle versus Nottingham Forest is up now. They're about to kick off. It's at St James's Park, and I've got Newcastle to win that one. I think they're going to do it 2-0. Sheffield United versus Luton today. That is at Bramall Lane. I'm going to go with a 1-1 draw there. Bournemouth versus Fulham. That is from the Vitality Stadium. We're going to go with a Bournemouth win. We're going to go 2-0 there. Burnley versus Liverpool. That's the late kickoff today. That is from Turf Moor. Liverpool obviously need to bounce back with a win here, and I believe they'll get it. We're going to go 3-1 Liverpool there. Man United versus Aston Villa is tonight. 8 o'clock kickoff from Old Trafford. Aston Villa 2-0 win for me. Man United just do not know whether they're coming or going at the moment. Leading into tomorrow's game, 7:30, we've got Chelsea versus Crystal Palace from Stamford Bridge. I'm going to go with a cheeky Palace 2-1 win there. Brentford versus Wolves, that is from the G-Tech Stadium, 7:30 again tomorrow. That is a draw for me. We'll go 1-1 there. Everton versus Manchester City also is tomorrow. That's at 8:15. These are all on Prime, by the way. From Goodison Park, under the lights. Man City usually tend to travel well there. And I'm going to go with a 2-0 win there for Man City against Everton. On to the Amex. That is on Thursday the 28th at 7:30. Brighton versus Tottenham. We actually have a good record up there, actually. Funnily enough, I'm always dreading going to the Amex because I know how that stadium is. And Brighton are one of those teams that you catch them on a really, really good day. They can literally play you off the park. But I'm going to go with a Tottenham win here. I believe we're going to win it 2-1. It's going to be one of those games that's going to be really tense and really, really tight. Final game of match week 19, Thursday the 28th. Again, this is at 8:15, and that is from the Emirates. That is Arsenal versus West Ham. West Ham in really good form. They are flying at the moment, currently reside 6th in the league. Obviously, Arsenal being top. Arsenal home advantage, we're probably going to go with that. Declan Rice against West Ham, his former club. We'll go with a 2-0 Arsenal win. Hope you guys had a good Christmas. That is me for the week. I'm going to go back and finish the rest of my leftovers. It was my birthday yesterday as well. Yeah, and then we'll obviously go into match week 20, which starts Saturday the 30th at 12:30, where we kick off at Kenilworth Road, Luton versus Chelsea, as I mentioned before. So I'll do another video just before then. So it probably will be the Friday of this week. But yeah, like I said, enjoy your Christmas. Enjoy the new year. I'm saying it now. I'll probably say it to you again in a new video. I'm going to finish off my leftovers. Got to do a bit of travel today as well. But yeah, we'll see each other in a couple of days. In a bit.